Welcome, race fans, to another edition of Late Model Rewind.
4 wide, salute to the fans.
Lacey Holmes will take a look to the inside of Tommy Kerr.
Brought to you by Old Man's Garage Late Model Chassis Parts. It's not just parts, it's performance. Also brought to you by Cofields Racing Starters and Alternators. Welcome, race fans, to Late Model Rewind. As you can see, a lot of changes have taken place since the first episode. We're proud to announce that Old Man's Garage Late Model Chassis Parts is the official sponsor of Late Model Rewind, along with Cofield Racing Starters. And as always, or as it was last time, Mark, you're here again. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. I'm glad to be on another episode of Late Model Rewind, and this early season 2011 is off to a very good start. Speed Weeks was just completed at East Bay Speedway last night with a very dramatic victory by a young gun, Tyler Reddick, a 15-year-old driver, and they're heading to Volusia Speedway near the Daytona International Speedway for the completion of Speed Weeks at that very fast half-mile track, Volusia County Speedway.
All right, race fans, we're going to take care of just a little bit of business first before we get to the racing. Old Man's Garage is, like I said, our new sponsor, and they manufacture dirt late model chassis parts. I'm holding one of their bird cages here. You can go on to oldmansgarage.com and download the catalog, or you can call 256-620-8075, and all your questions will be answered concerning the dirt late model parts that Old Man's Garage makes. Well, this episode of Late Model Rewind, we're going to review the 2010 Bama Bash, where Ray Cook and Chris Wall go door to door. Mark, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit more about Green Valley Speedway?
Sure, no problem. This will be the 14th edition in 2011. There's been 13 previous events, and this will be the 5th year under the helm of Dennis Harker at Green Valley Speedway. Dennis has made various improvements over his 5-year reign over this track, with various improvements of new fencing, new walls, new track surface, just whole new facilities here at Green Valley. And one of the biggest changes he's made happened in 2010. Previous Bama Bash editions have been run in the daytime, and as with most afternoon features, the track gets locked down, gets single lane, and the racing is not too good. What he did in 2010 was start racing after the sun went over the horizon. When the sun went off the track, that's when the first cars went on the track. And the 2010 version of the Bama Bash was one of the best ever, with terrific track surface, good fast racing, a better crowd than he's had in years, and just an overall good experience at Green Valley Speedway. And I see 2011 being even bigger and better, because there's no doubt the swagger is back at the Bama Bash at Green Valley Speedway.
Race fans, we're just moments away from reviewing the 2010 Bama Bash, but before we do, I'd like to introduce you to a buddy of mine named Adam Giles out of Moultrie, Georgia.
Hi, my name's Adam Giles. I drive the number 10 Billy Moyer Victory Circle. I live in Moultrie, Georgia. I've been racing for 3 years. The past 6 months I've raced pretty strong, about every other weekend somewhere. My biggest accomplishment would probably be I won at Douglas Motor Speedway last year. Other than that, I qualified 10th fastest at the Showdown on the Coast 2 years ago. That was my first year racing, and we had a strong finish there, finished 12th. Skip Purnell's my crew chief. He takes care of all my race cars. He takes care of everything, making sure they're ready for me to go to race and do what I have to do. I brought him on probably about 8 months ago. He went with me and picked up my Victory Circle car and taught me a lot. I really struggled learning, early on, and he kind of stood beside me and guided me to where I am now, and I feel like we got a long way to go, but he brought a bunch of knowledge and everything that he stepped up to bring with him, and he's pretty much took my road from a long journey to kind of a short journey with him. So I'm looking forward to the 2011 season with Skip.
My name's Skip Pannell. I'm crew chief for Adam Giles Racing. Car number 10 Victory Circle, cars by Billy Moyer. We have Clements race engines, very good motors. I've been a racer myself since 1975. Done a lot of late model racing, done some racing in the Havre Tampa back in the Havre Tampa days before it got to be World of Outlaws and everything. Won a national championship with the National Late Model Series in 1999. Won numerous features over my career, and about 8 months ago, Adam called me about coming and helping him with his program. and I had raced a little bit, still raced a little bit, and was racing with Adam and seen he had a lot of talent, and it turned out to be a good thing. Adam's made a lot of progress in the last 6 months. We still got a long way to go, but he's getting on top of the thing, and we're going to be better this year. Maybe we'll win us 4 or 5 races this year, and we're looking forward to it. In 2011, we're going to use Old Man Garage parts, their floaters and bird cages and some other stuff that they make. We went to a PRI show, looked like a very good product. We kind of do our own stuff. We put our own stuff together, so we were kind of looking for a product that pretty much that nobody had that would be different and look good and looks like a real good piece. We're already putting them on some of our new cars, so we're really excited about the Old Man Garage product, and I think it's going to be a real good relationship.
Really sounds like Adam is going to have one heck of a program in 2011 with Skip coming on board and helping him out with the car this year.
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time down there in Moultrie with them, and it was a lot of fun just to sit and talk with those guys. I'm looking for big things out of Adam in the next couple of years. And this is the lineup for the 2010 Bama Bash, brought to you by Cofield's Racing Starters. Row number 1, Ray Cook, and outside of him, Stacy Holmes.
In row number 2, the Boaz Bullet of Tim Boucher, and the number 15, and the outside of him is Eric Hickerson.
Row number 3, Dennis Hale in the 888, and Chris Wall.
Row number 4, Team Mohawk, and then the number 57J of Bub McCool. Outside of him, the number 99 of Jacob Grizzle.
Row number 5, Michael Page and Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth.
Row number 6, the Southern Sensation in the 101, it's Casey Roberts, and outside of him in the 00 is Jeff Smith.
And behind them, Randy Weaver in the 116 and Donald Brashear, number 93.
Row number 8, the Chattanooga Flash, the legend Ronnie Johnson in the number 5, and in the number 22, Chris Ferguson.
Jonathan Davenport behind them and William Thomas.
In row number 10, Tony the Tiger Morris in the M31, and outside of him, Jay Brinkley in the 10.
In the number 22 machine, Brian Smith. Outside, Brandon King.
In row number 12, the number 48 of Tim Lance, and outside of him, it's Cat Daddy of Clint Smith.
Anthony Burrows, the 121, and Josh Putman.
And rounding out the field is the number 10 of Anthony Hill and the 0 of Craig Scott. Past winners of the Bama Bash include the Tar Heel Tiger Ray Cook. He has 2 Bama Bash victories. 2 victories for Dale McDowell. Clint Cat Daddy Smith has 3, along with Scrub Rick Eckert has won 1 Bama Bash, and Wendell Wallace has a victory in this prestigious Alabama event. As you can see, the 4-wide salute at the Bama Bash at Green Valley Speedway is before you now on a beautifully prepared track surface by Scott Morris. One of the biggest crowds in the history of the Bama Bash was witnessing this 2010 event, and it should be a stellar event, as you will see.
A lot of the guys from Mississippi come for the first time over here to Green Valley Speedway this year.
Absolutely. A lot of the drivers avoid the early season events, the speed weeks at East Bay and Volusia or the Ice Bowl due to time and or weather, but they really get it going at the Bama Bash at Green Valley Speedway in this late February event. This feature was run on a Sunday night at about 7 o'clock with the preliminaries done Saturday night with qualifying and heat races, and we're getting ready to go green here at the 2010 Bama Bash at Green Valley.
decided to pull in the back gate over here. I almost run through them, and I didn't know if I was going to get woed up, but you know, we got real racy in lap traffic. I think he passed me a couple times, and I was able to get back by him, and then I just started trying to slide people and hope they was nice enough to let me go through.
You talked to us yesterday about coming in here without any wins compared to last year. You felt like you were having a slow start. Does this kind of jump start you a little bit?
Yeah, it does. We're just real thankful. And, you know, Dennis here at Green Valley, since he rebuilt this place, we've had a lot of luck here, you know, and just like racing here, and it's a good racetrack.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of it comes back to last night. Ray out qualified, has got to start on the front. Won the heat race, you know, we were both in the same heat. And to get him to start on the front, you know, we started 6. We drove to Ray, knew we had a good car, and we actually passed him, I think, for about 2 laps there, you know, battling through lap traffic. It just seemed like I never could be at the right place at the right time. I think I liked the bottom, and I think the lap cars were moving to the bottom thinking we were coming on the top. And anyhow, you know, it was a hell of a battle.
A couple of times there, it looked like the 48, and then the 101 kind of balled you up and cost you about a half a straightaway there. You had to kind of
one time I think one of the guys was actually trying to be nice and get out of the way, you know, and I'm coming on the bottom, and he just shut it down, you know, and I got all up under the back of him, you know, and I'm trying to say, oh my God, don't tear my car up, you know, and so first thing I do is save the car before you can go race, and Ray got us like probably a half a straightaway. I mean, I had to drive the wheels off of it, and we just got back to him, you know, coming to the checkered flag, and you know, really, I think even Ray will tell you we left here with the fastest car, but he got the paycheck, you know. But it was a really fun race, and hey, if I can't think of a nicer guy. If I had to be beat by somebody, Ray is just a class act, you know. So
I guess every time he went to the bottom, you probably started licking your chops, thinking you might be able to be better than him.
Well, you know, one of the good things about running second is I could see where his car was good at, where it was weak at. I knew if I could get to him, he couldn't run the bottom.
Well, the 13th annual Bama Bash definitely was exciting. Chris Wall, Ray Cook, door to door. Any closing thoughts, Mark?
Yes, I do have some closing thoughts. As we approach the 2011 regular racing season, I would like to ask all the race fans out there to be a little bit nicer in 2011. Just be thankful that your racetrack is open, and don't be so hard on them if the track surface isn't the greatest, or there's not a big crowd, or something doesn't go your way, and there may be a crazy call that you don't agree with. You know, we should be very thankful that the tracks are open in 2011. Let's support them, bring a friend, and let's just have a nicer 2011.
All right, next time on Late Model Rewind, we're going to be previewing the World of Outlaws at Columbus Motor Speedway. We're going to show you the 2009 Magnolia State 100. Shane Clanton was the victor there, and we all know he's a World of Outlaw regular. A little bit of a slow year last year. He picked it up there at the end of the season. For Late Model Mark and myself, we'll see you guys next time, and we'll see you at the races.